Okay. Okay, Assalamualaikum. Gerak ni elektrik tak ada. Nasib baik ada benda ni. Ada internet ni. Okay. So tadi kelas kita Monday online, Wednesday face to face. Okay. Venue 3.4. All right. Now, number 3, like I said earlier, we have assignment, okay, group. Now this group, I need only 2 people per group. Like I said, the purpose is for you to discuss, okay? If we have discussion, then we will understand better the things. So make sure discuss lah. If our total number of students odd, katakan odd kan, katakan 7 orang. So the last person tu, you are by yourself lah. But if you are by yourself, I need also you to discuss with others. So discuss with the other group. All right. So the point is discussion. Okay. So that is the group, and I will give you a few assignments, basically based on problems in the book. Yeah, okay, that's assignment. Number 2, quiz. All right, quiz. We may have 1 or 2, depending on availability of time. Sometimes I can have time, to give you 2. Sometimes we don't have time. There is only 1. The midterm, that would be given normally after the break. So you have 8 weeks, first half, and then 1 week break. So our midterm will be sometime the 9th or 10th. So kasih dia lah, our midterm. So the midterm is toward not actually in the middle. It's actually more toward the last third of the semester. Why I do that? Because sometimes it takes time for us to get the knowledge, okay, to make the adjustment, to get the knowledge, to understand. So we will do it toward the 9th and the 10th week. And then the final, of course, will be comprehensive. That will cover everything for the course. Okay, every topic. All right, okay. Now, from Islamic perspective, I show you the book, all right? But we may not be able to do the book. I will give you articles. So this one is based on the articles reading, but probably 1 or 2 that will be given as assignment. So if there is assignment on this article, will be a group assignment. So maybe just summary, nothing difficult. Okay? Just summarize the important things that you understand from that article. Okay, all right. So that is the evaluation. Now, our mode of communication. This semester, I have access iTalim. Okay, so senang lah. So our primary thing is iTalim. So everything I communicate to you will be through the iTalim. Okay, that is the platform to communicate. Of course, the other one would be ni kita pakai ni Zoom. Sometimes Zoom and Meet, Zoom, and then Classroom. So Classroom is for the homework, assignment, things like that, exam, Classroom lah. Zoom ni lecture lah. Okay. The platform for announcement, iTalim. Now, last year, I normally have WhatsApp. So this semester ni, sebab kita small group, okay, WhatsApp kita tengok dulu. If there is a need to WhatsApp, we will see later. Right? But for now, I will focus on the iTalim. Alright, iTalim. sekarang ni senang sikit nak tengok. Dulu tadi susah juga. Okay, so if there is a need for WhatsApp, maybe we'll do it. Maybe second week, third week. Okay, all right. Now the other question is, I want to know, is there anybody else that is not in campus right now, especially foreign students? I know if you are from overseas, is there anybody that? No. So everybody now is on campus, huh? Except one of our classmates yang quarantine today. So everybody on campus, huh? Okay, good. So there's anything else to do? Do we have to mention? I already talked about the group discussion, and then coverage, textbook. All right. Okay, so now we have a few more minutes left. What I will do, we will go through the basics of public finance. What is public finance? So what this chapter about, chapter number 1, will introduce us with the concept of government. Okay, what is government? Government. All right, what is government? Then we look at more detail. What, why, how? Okay, government. What the government do? Why the government do it? And then how the government do it? All right. So these are more on the activities of the government. Secondly, we are going to look at the financing part of the government. All right, briefly. So this is, and then we're going to look at the Malaysian government, the review of Malaysian government, not review, overview from the economic perspective. Now, in the book, chapter number 1, this overview is on the US economy, because the book is on the US, okay? So it's on the US economy. So what I do, we go to the Malaysian government, all right? So that is on chapter number 1. Now, what is the government? What is the government? What do we understand about government? What is the government? I don't need the definition. I just need, what do you understand government? I'm a benda government, binatang benda government ni. Apa government? What is government?
The organization that rule the country.
Okay, so government is what? Government is a group of people, or is a systematic organization. So it's an organization, it's an institution consisting of people, that rule the country. Okay, rule the country. Now, what kind of organization is that? We look at the government. The government is organization. Okay, organization or institution that rule the country. So there are 2 keywords here, at least to me, from what you say. One is this organization, institution. Number 2 is the rule. Okay. And of course, the country. So country, Malaysia. All right. Now, what is that organization or institution which we call government? Now, government, if you look at our country, what system do we have in our country? System of rule, for the country that is based on the constitution. What kind of what type of country are we in terms of organization of government? We are what? We are a democratic country.
Yes.
We are a democratic country. That means the government is, well, what is the motto of the democracy? The government by the people, for the people. Ada lagi satu tak? The government by the people, for the people. Okay, so that is democracy. It's by the people. It's not communism. Okay, it's not communism. Communism is different. I just recall, last night I watched YouTube. Anwar Ibrahim was talking in the parliament. Tak tahu yang lama ke yang baru. The government, the old government, Tun Abdul Razak. Anybody remember Tun Abdul Razak? Do you know Tun Abdul Razak? You know Tun Razak, right?
Yes.
Tun Abdul Razak is not just a father to Tun Najib. It's, our second prime minister. Now, Tun Razak, during his time, he mentioned three things. 3C. 3C. If you, I just watched it last night. Look at YouTube. 3C. Tun Razak is concerned about 3C. What are these? One is communism. Sebab zaman tu communism kuat. Saya ingat tu, zaman tu I was small. Komunis kuat. Saya duduk dekat Pahang. Banyak hutan. So kat situ selalu ada apa? Komunis menyegang. So communism. The other one is corruption. 3C. The other C is communalism. Okay, communalism ni macam, in our country we have so many races, Malay, Indian, Chinese. So communalism tu we are so not just racist, but we are, we are for us. We are for our race. Okay, Malay for the Malay, Chinese for the Chinese, like that. So these are the things that he worried about. That was, in 1970s. So I still remember, that was mentioned by not last night in the YouTube. Now our country is democracy. Our country is based on democratic system. So the government is elected by the people, for the people, to the people. Okay, so the government is formed by the people. Okay, by the people. Now, who are the people from the government? By the people. And of course, this is determined through election. So we have election, 4 years, once. Every 4 years, we have election. That's where we choose the government. So formed by the people. Who means the citizen of the country. Yes. So the government that we have is chosen by the people, formed by the people. And the ruler is, of course, the people itself. So you have the prime minister and the ministers. So this are what we call the bone to the government. All right. Okay. So that is the government. So that's one part of the government. The other part of the government. So this is the government formed by the people. Okay. That's the government through the parliament. Okay. Now the other component of the government is the public workers, public sector employees or workers. Okay, like the engineers, okay, the directors, the clerk, So all these employees that work for the government, we call them public sector employees. Now, this is normally this thing here, this part of the government is fixed. You work for the government, normally people work 20 years, 20 years, or maybe if you die early, you work 5 years, or you retire early, or you join another organization, or 4 years. But it's fixed, all right? On the other hand, the government that is elected through the election, this is variable. Okay, it keep on changing by the what? By the election cycle. So every 4 years, the people will have to choose government. So we go through election, we choose a new government. So if you look at our country, since the beginning of Malaysia, we have the first election. So the first prime minister was Tengku Abdul Rahman. The second prime minister was Allahyarham Tun Abdul Razak. The third minister Tun Hussein On. Tun Hussein On ayah kepada Datuk Isyamuddin. Tun Abdul Razak ayah kepada Tun Najib. And then you have what? You have after that Mahathir. Okay, Tun Mahathir. After Tun Mahathir, Tun Mahathir lama jadi Perdana Menteri. Tun Mahathir became the prime minister, I think 20 years, 4 elections, 5 elections. Because at that time, Barisan Nasional was very strong. Every election, you win. If you put kayu pun kat situ, if you have a dummy as a candidate that run for Barisan Nasional, I think at that time pun boleh menang. So that is how powerful was Barisan Nasional. But after 2 elections ago, not 2 elections ago, 1 election ago, okay, 1 election ago, Barisan Nasional kalah, first time in history. Okay, so you have the alternative component, alternative party, which is Perikatan apa nama benda tu? Coalition Anwar Ibrahim, Perikatan Nasional. Okay, Perikatan Nasional won the election, and they opt to appoint Tun Mahathir again as the prime minister. But he didn't last very long. I think about 1 year. After that, we have Datuk Sri Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin. Itu pun tak lama, tak sampai setahun. And then you have another government, Barisan Nasional again, Tan Sri Ismail, Datuk Sri Ismail. So, for the last election cycle, you have 3 prime ministers. For the past 20 years, you have only 1 prime minister. You see the drastic change in the political scenario for our country. Very, very, nak kata good, not that good. Nak kata bad pun tak juga. So extreme, extreme. That is the government. We are concerned, okay, for us, we are concerned the government. We want to look at what? We want to look at from the economic perspective here. All right? We are not really concerned on the political perspective. But if you, as a student, we know the government of Malaysia currently is not that stable, It's not that stable. That's why you have dah 3 prime minister. Okay, so if you look at that what has happened, kita tengok election. Okay, if you look at by the election, you have what? You have 2 coalitions normally. The last election PH versus Pakatan Harapan dengan barisan bukan barisan. Dia apa benda? Pakatan Harapan dengan UMNO PAS. So apa? Pakatan Harapan dengan Pakatan Nasional lah. Okey, Pakatan Nasional. Alright. Now, for our country, when you run the election, how many seats are there in the parliament? Ada berapa seat? Everybody knows how many seats are there? How many members of parliament are there in our country during one election cycle? Berapa semua tu?
100 something?
100 something? No, it's not 100 something. It's 222. All right. Now, for you to win the election, how many seats do you have to win minimum in order for you to be able to form government? Berapa minimum seat you have to win in order to form election, in order to form a government? So if you look at PH last time, what is the minimum seat that is required for any coalition to form government out of this 22? Berapa seat?
74, 1/3.
1/3. It's 1/2. So you have 2 to 2 divided by 2 divided by 2, you got what? 111. Kalau dua-dua dapat 111, is there any winner? Kalau PH dapat 111, PN dapat 111, is there any winner to the election? No winner. 3. Okay? Macam Liverpool lawan Arsenal bagus. Liverpool lawan Chelsea bagus ni. 3. So how do you determine the winner? Penalty kick. Sama macam ni. You know, if everybody get 111, draw. No government. So in order for you to form government, you must what? You must at least have 112 versus 110. Mesti ada one more vote. Okay, more than the other people. Okay, ini footnote lah. Actually, the number should be odd. Senang cerita. You know, if it is 211, okay, then to win the election, what you need is 111 versus 110. So in order to win the election, you just need a simple majority. All right. Now, what is a simple majority? We need only what? I need only one more vote. Okay, one more vote or one more seat. I need one more seat than the other. Okay, then the other. So in other words, for PH to win the election, if the total seats is 2 to 1, then they need only to win 111. One more, you know, I just need one more seat more than the other party. So I can form government. So that is a simple majority. But in our country, last few years, the number is even. Yeah? So number even play. So you have to win 112 in order for you to get the simple majority. But actually, the pure simple, pure simple odd number, you have one more vote than the other. You win the election. But you have even, that means you need two vote more than the other party. So if you have 112 or more, a little bit more, then you form a government. Okay, so that was what happened to the PH. Katakan PH dapat 121. Alright, PH dapat 121. Blok ini dapat berapa ni? Ini tambah apa? Tambah 9 ya.